Okay, in today's quick tip, I'm going to show you how I built a simple plywood jig to hold a chainsaw in place while I sharpen the teeth. Now, most guys, they'll take the chainsaw and put it in a vise like this and just clamp it down. But I didn't like the saw hanging there like that, and this vise has some gnarled up teeth, so I would have had to, put some wood spacers or something so I didn't mess my bar up here. To some people that's not an issue, but I didn't want to do that. Plus, I like to be able to sit down at my bench and do it, and I have two woodworking vices here that I used. So what I did is, it took me about 10 minutes to build this. It's two pieces of plywood with a spacer glued and braided on the bottom, and then there's a couple of spacers up here that's actually solid wood, and I just put a little yellow glue and braided them. But when you put this together, you can see that it creates a space up there, and that's roughly the thickness of that bar. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to set this saw on my bench and just put this in here, clamp the jig, and then I put this bolt through here and be able to clamp this tight to hold that saw. I was going to do it with just the vise, but it wasn't enough, and that's why I added this 5/16 bolt. And what I did there was I just drilled through and put a T or a hidden nut on the other side. So very simple, you just put it in here, and I made it so the height was just right, so it grabbed right in the center of the bar. You can see that the saw, most of the saw is supported by the table, and once this is clamped into place, it'll hold it just fine. So take and clamp the vise. I'll loosen that first. Usually this bolt just stays in there. Forgot to put the washer on it. So once this bolt's in here, I just leave it in there, and then I throw it on the shelf for the next time. So I just set that in there, clamp the jig in place, and then take and tighten this 5/16 bolt. And that's plenty of pressure, and the wood tightens down on the bar, and it's not going anywhere. And then I could just sit on this chair here at the bench, and you can see it doesn't hit the chain or anything. So I just got done sharpening this, but I use this little. I've never used one of these before. This is the first time I used it, and I really like it, from Husqvarna. There you go, goes like that, or like this. So that's today's quick tip. I just thought I'd start the camera and show you this little plywood jig. For any of you who have a woodworking vise out there in the bench, it's easy to do. It takes about 10 minutes. The saw is supported. The chain is free, and that's just one option to putting it in a standard vise like this and hanging that off of there. All right.